Listen, I'm going to share something with you that most fitness people won't tell you about. Flattening your lower belly, especially after 50. And here's the thing. This has almost nothing to do with doing endless crunches or starving yourself. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something I get asked about constantly. How do you tighten and flatten that stubborn lower belly area? And I know, you've probably tried everything. But stick with me here because I'm going to show you 3 simple exercises that work differently than anything you've done before. Now, before we dive in, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button because we're building a community of folks who are determined to stay strong, healthy, and independent as we age. And trust me, what I'm about to share is going to change how you think about your core. Here's what nobody tells you. Having a protruding lower belly isn't always about having too much fat. I mean, yes, body fat plays a role. We'll talk about that. But there's something else going on that's even more important, especially for us in our 50s, 60s, and beyond. Your transversus abdominis muscle, think of it as your body's natural corset. It wraps around your midsection like a belt. When this muscle is weak or not functioning properly, everything just hangs forward. It's like wearing a belt that's too loose. Your pants might fit, but they're sagging. And here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just about appearance. A weak transversus abdominis makes it harder to get up from a chair without using your hands, carry groceries without your back hurting, stand up straight without feeling tired, even walk upstairs comfortably. So when we talk about tightening and flattening your lower belly, we're really talking about 2 different things that work together. Tightening is about strengthening these deep core muscles. Flattening is about reducing what's sitting on top of them, whether that's bloating, water, retention, or, yes, excess body fat. Now, I'm going to be straight with you about body fat because I respect your intelligence too, much to sugarcoat it. If you're carrying excess weight around your midsection, the only way to lose that fat is to be in a calorie deficit. That means consuming fewer calories than you burn. There's no magic pill, no special tea, no wrap that's going to change that fundamental truth. But, and this is a big but, the exercises I'm about to show you will tighten and strengthen your core muscles, regardless of your current body fat percentage. And that tightening, it can take inches off your waistline immediately by pulling everything in and teaching your body to hold itself properly. Exercise number 1, the stomach vacuum. All right, let's get to the first exercise. This one is called the stomach vacuum, and it's so simple, you can do it right now while you're watching this video. In fact, I encourage you to stand up and try it with me. Here's how it works. First, you can stand, sit, or even do this lying down. I'm going to demonstrate standing because that's how most of you will practice it throughout your day. Step 1, take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up your lungs completely. Step 2, now breathe all the way out through your mouth. Empty your lungs completely. Step 3, here's the magic part. Once your lungs are empty, move your belly button back toward your spine as hard as you can. Imagine you're trying to touch your belly button to your backbone. You're creating a vacuum. Step 4, hold this position. You should feel a deep cramping or tightening in your lower abdomen. That's your transversus abdominis working, probably for the first time in a while. Step 5, hold for 10 to 20 seconds if you can. If you can only do 5 seconds at first, that's perfectly fine. You're going to build up to it. Step 6, release and breathe normally. That's 1 repetition. Do 8 to 10 repetitions of this. That's it. It takes maybe 3 minutes total. Now, here's what makes this exercise so powerful for seniors. You don't need any equipment, you don't need to get on the floor, and you can do it anywhere. While you're making coffee in the morning, while you're watching the news, even while you're standing in line at the grocery store, nobody will even know you're exercising. I recommend doing this every single morning when you first wake up. Make it part of your routine, like brushing your teeth. Your muscles have memory, and the more you train them to pull in and tighten, the more naturally they'll hold that position throughout the day. Advanced variation. Once you've got the basic vacuum down, try adding gentle twists from side to side while you're holding the vacuum. This engages even more of your core muscles and really targets that lower belly area. Exercise number 2, seated knee lifts. The second exercise is perfect for strengthening your lower abdominals without putting any stress on your back or neck. It's called seated knee lifts, and it's especially good if you have any lower back issues. Here's the setup. Sit in a sturdy chair, and I mean sturdy, not one with wheels. You want both feet flat on the floor. To start, sit up nice and tall, shoulders back. You can hold on to the sides of the chair for balance if you need to. Here's the movement. Step 1. Engage your core by pulling your belly button toward your spine, just like we practiced with the vacuum. Step 2. Keeping your back straight, slowly lift your right knee up toward your chest. You don't need to bring it up super high, just lift it as far as comfortable while keeping your core tight. Step 3. Hold for 2 seconds at the top. Really feel that lower belly working. Step 4. Slowly lower your foot back to the floor with control. Don't just drop it. Step 5. Repeat with the left leg. That's 1 full repetition. Do 10 to 12 repetitions on each side. Now, here's what's happening when you do this exercise. You're not just working your hip flexors, which a lot of people think. When you keep your core engaged and lift with control, you're forcing your lower abdominals to stabilize your pelvis and spine. This is functional strength, the kind that helps you in real-life situations. Make it easier. If lifting your knee is too challenging at first, you can just lift your heel off the pelvic ground while keeping your toes down. You'll still get the core engagement. Make it harder. Once this becomes easy, try lifting both knees at the same time, or hold each lift for 5 seconds instead of 2. You can also do this without holding the chair for an extra balance. Challenge. The key with this exercise is slow and controlled movement. This isn't a race. Quality over quantity every single time. I'd rather you do 5 perfect repetitions than 20 sloppy ones. Exercise number 3. Standing pelvic tilts. The third exercise is one of my absolute favorites because it teaches you how to properly engage your core during everyday activities. It's called standing pelvic tilts. Here's how to do it. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, knees slightly soft, not locked. Place your hands on your hips. Step 1. Think about your pelvis as a bowl of water. Right now, if you're standing normally, that bowl is probably tilted forward, with water spilling out the front. This is called an anterior pelvic tilt, and it's super common, especially as we age. Step 2. Now, we're going to tilt that bowl backward. Tuck your tailbone under and forward, like you're trying to bring your pubic bone up toward your belly button. Your lower back will flatten out. Step 3. As you do this tilt, actively pull your lower belly in and up. You should feel your lower abdominals engage strongly. Step 4. Hold this position for 5 seconds while breathing normally. Don't hold your breath. Step 5. Release back to neutral. Do 12 to 15 repetitions of this tilt. What makes this exercise so valuable is that it teaches you proper posture and core engagement. Most of us walk around all day with our bellies relaxed and pushed forward. This exercise retrains your body to hold itself correctly. Here's a real-life application. Practice this pelvic tilt when you're standing at the kitchen counter, when you're washing dishes, when you're standing talking to someone. Make it a habit. The more you practice holding this position, the more naturally your body will maintain it, and the flatter your lower belly will appear. Progression. Once you've mastered the basic tilt, try holding the tucked position for 30 seconds while continuing to breathe. This builds serious core endurance. Now, before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something important. These 3 exercises are incredibly powerful for tightening your core muscles and giving you a flatter appearance. But let's be real with each other. They're not magic. If you want to see dramatic changes in your midsection, you need to combine these exercises with 2 other things. First, proper nutrition. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. I know you've heard that before, but it's true. You don't need to eat perfectly, but you do need to be mindful about portion sizes and make sure you're eating more whole foods than processed foods. Think lean proteins, plenty of vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. Second, regular movement. These core exercises should be part of a broader exercise routine that includes walking, strength training for your whole body, and activities that get your heart rate up. Body doesn't lose fat from just one spot. It loses it overall. So, keep moving in these ways that you enjoy. But here's what I love about the 3 exercises I showed you today. They give you immediate feedback. When you do that stomach vacuum correctly, you immediately feel tighter. When you do those seated knee lifts, you immediately feel stronger. When you do those pelvic tilts, you immediately stand taller. This immediate feedback is so important because it keeps you motivated. You're not waiting weeks or months to see results. You feel different right away. So, here's your action plan. Start tomorrow morning with 8 to 10 stomach vacuums. Do them right when you wake up. Then sometime during the day, do your seated knee lifts and standing pelvic tilts. The whole routine takes maybe 10 minutes total. Do this consistently for 30 days, and I absolutely guarantee you will feel tighter, stronger, and more confident in how you carry yourself. Your posture will improve, your back pain might decrease, and yes, your clothes will fit better. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 exercises are you going to start with? Drop a thin comment below and let me know. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor and share it with someone else who might benefit. Remember, getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. It just means we need to be smarter about how we train our bodies. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong and stay moving.